Hey, sorry to post this too late. Too late. I mean a week late. So hopefully you enjoyed this one and enjoy your free, even though you're supposed to get it, free extra episode later. Enjoy.
Just relax and enjoy the podcast. Would you say the technicalities of sentience and beings, but like an amoeba, right?
Mm,
You could consider those two-dimensional beings, almost.
almost. I mean,
Well, if you like observe them in a microscope, because
yeah,
they
but
can only move like. But I see what you're saying. They still have some amount of width, enough to exist.
you're right because they got stuff inside of them to, help them with eating and absorbing food and transforming it and all that. So I feel like there's, even those. I mean, I know you agreed, but even that is still considered to be three-dimensional.
Right. But what if? Okay. So what if four-dimensional beings are having this same conversation, and they're like, thinking about what our reality is like, and they're saying the same thing. They're like, because we're missing an aspect, then how do we exist? What if those two-dimensional and one-dimensional beings, even though they don't have width, I mean, could they still not perceive their, well, wait a minute,
No, I get what you're
could they still
saying.
not perceive their, height and depth and
I mean, to us, we probably just
apply?
because they can see through shapes. So I feel like because we could because if there was an event where there was ever like a two-dimensional shape in front of us or a one-dimensional shape, we could see through it because it's not three-dimensional.
Right. Yeah, if it turned a, if it,
Like a true 2D or 3D
yeah,
dimensional
because if
shape.
they just say if Flat Stanley or whatever, if he was facing you, and then he turned 90 degrees, he would disappear out of your reality, right?
Right, because he's flat.
Right.
Which I've never seen flat Stanley, but
Me neither.
well, is that a book or a movie or show?
It's a book. I think it's a kid's book series.
Oh, sounds. I think I remember seeing it on the book fair. Couldn't afford it. I think it was like $10 or $8 or something. But
So
yeah,
I must have been a rough book fair.
paying
But
eight books or $10 for a book.
yeah,
Captain Underpants was
they
$10.99. I
I
bought one
swear
at a time though.
they started jacking the prices up on those book fairs.
For real, they were so cheap. And then the little four colored thingies.
Yeah.
They used to be like $1 or $2.99, and then they grew to $4.99, and I couldn't afford it anymore because first off, I didn't get an allowance. Secondly, because genuinely I just didn't have any money, so it's not really fair that they decided that we're not making enough money from these kids' parents or kids who have an allowance. I think we should jack up the price and make it to where you pay off taxes and get twice the money that we put into it.
I remember one time it was it was a bigger book, but still, it was $40.
And what book was it? Was it like a Guinness Book of World Records book or like something else?
I mean, it was the same size. I think it was a visual encyclopedia of Lego Star Wars or something. I don't know.
Of course, you would get something like that.
I once bought the entire Percy Jackson series for the second series with all the just the Roman gods.
Right.
Actually, I bought the entire series of that from Book Fair one time,
How much was it?
and then I had to carry it around in my backpack the rest of the day. Kind of
The
heavy.
those are the thick books, right? The ones that
Yeah, they were all like a minimum of like 300 pages.
are right. Percy Jackson books are good. Oh, is that Bray?
Oh, Bray's joined. Hello?
Hey,
What's up, Bray? Hey.
we're just talking about glomes and Percy Jackson and book fair uh, hikes.
Hikes?
You know, price
Ice
hikes.
hikes.
Because they're trying to scam us all into paying all of our child money so we can go broke and live on the streets with our parents. Because they try to buy us a Captain Underpants.
What?
So, Bray, how have you been?
I'm pretty good. Just kind of bored.
Understandable.
What about you?
And pretty decent. I mean, you've seen it on my Snapchat story, but made a song, or not song, a comedy rap. I'll be showing it to you guys relatively soon. Finished talking about fourth dimension or whatever else we're really talking about. And I mean, it's not done by the time I release this on Friday. It will be done. Well, I'll probably release it today. So there's not a whole lot left that I have to do. Uh, but yeah, it's gonna be done. So, so the current shapes, as the recap, Ethan, in case you need this team, we have discussed the 2D shapes, the square, the equilateral, triangle, polygon, just like any shape that's not specific. Line segment, which is technically a 2D shape. Ethan already discovered. A square, again, for some reason. And then in the 3D section is a sphere, a cube, a tetrahedron, which is just a three-sided triangle. There's three sides around, and then the bottom. Uh, a polyhedron, which is just a bunch. Basically, it looks like a boulder, according to the picture. A plane, which is technically you would think that would be a 2D shape, but they have it under 3D. And then an octahedron. I don't know what that is. It looked weird.
I think that's like a 3D, maybe. It's a rhombus? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either because
What do you think? Oh, wait, no. Maybe it's.
I looked up the octahedron. Uh, oh, oh, okay. It's just like a Sims diamond, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. It just
Yeah, so it is
sounds.
yeah, it's like a 3D, right?
It just sounded weird.
Yeah.
A Sims diamond. I mean, it's a little short, little squat, but you know. So actually, I know this is gonna sound weird, but I think the octahedron is actually a pretty cool shape.
The octahedron?
Yeah. No, that's what
Yeah,
I'm talking about. The Sims diamond
yeah, it's
shape.
just a 3D diamond.
Yeah. Um,
And then there's the dodecahedron and then the icosahedron. I'm not even sure what that is. I know the dodecahedron is
dude,
it's a 3D, like, pentagon.
dude, a hexahedron is the craziest shape on the planet. Literally never seen
The
one before.
crazy.
The hexahedron.
What look? Oh boy. Oh, what is that? How many vertices and sides does that thing have?
The
It looks
hexahedron?
like the Dungeons and Dragons dice.
What'd you look up? The
The
hexahedron?
hexahedron, yeah.
I was joking because I thought the hexahedron would be like a cube. Because that just means it should mean that it only has 4 or 6 sides.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Hold on. It looks like. Huh.
Yeah, no, the one you're looking at is the Tetrachus hexahedron,
Oh.
which is just, I think, a bent version of the hexahedron. There's corners
Yeah.
pushed in inside.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, bro knew it was a Tetrachus hexahedron from the start.
Check.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, because you don't want to spoil the fun of seeing such an awesome shape.
Because we're all like, world-renowned geometrists. Bray is like, he's like a universe-renowned geometrist.
He honestly,
Yeah.
he's a tetrahedronomist. He's
Exactly.
a cyberdron, super, no, hyper geometrist,
Yeah.
something like that.
Is she going through a black hole next week to visit and discuss his geometry with him? Harvard, to school, you know?
Yeah, so you guys
Yeah.
are going in a ship and making it through the black hole to see, see what's up.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Bring back souvenirs. Oh wait, you probably can't because you'll be able to
Well,
reach your hand through them. Or maybe you'll
that
die
would
in the
be
black hole. I don't know.
that would be a wormhole. Because the black hole leads to the black hole leads to the singularity, which is like
Death. It leads to
matter
death.
cannot exist in it. Yeah.
I think.
The zeroth dimension.
Oh yeah. No, you'll be in a different dimension. You'll just be really bright. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. You get to see all your friends who are also no longer in this
Yeah.
dimension there.
You get to meet your relatives. It's like a really big family gathering, except it's all the
Yeah.
ones who aren't on Earth. So.
Yeah. Yeah. I hear you when you go there. You're there for a while.
Yeah, for a good eternity or two.
Yeah.
All right, so that's all the 3D shapes, and then the fourth dimensional shapes are the globe, which is the one I told you about. I think when you came in, it's just a sphere that looks like a sphere no matter how you look at it, and yeah, and then the tesseract, which you know what that is. I hope by now we've
Wait a
talked about
minute.
it so many times.
Hold on. I just thought of something.
Hmm?
So a sphere looks like a circle from all sides.
Mm-hmm.
The globe looks like a sphere from all sides.
Right.
But oh
So a
god.
5-dimensional shape would look like a globe from all sides, which would be really
Oh my.
hard because I think the more dimensions you add to it, the more in depth it comes.
Yeah.
Which wait, what dimension would even be left? Because if you think about it, like I can't draw it physically, but you can imagine that a one-dimensional shape is just like a left and right line. A two-dimensional shape is a left and right, and then like a forward and backward or up and down. Have it layered. And then a
Right.
three-dimensional is up, down, left, right, forward, backwards, and then a fourth dimension is like an arrow pointing inward. I feel like, because that's
Yeah.
that's basically what every four-dimensional shape looks like. So, what I mean, with that
What would
being
even?
said, would it just like expand, or would it? Because I feel like,
I don't know.
because like every direction has a left and a right. So if it goes inward, then it also goes outward for the four-dimensional
Yeah.
shapes.
How many more spatial dimensions are there? What happens after inwards and outwards? Like
I'm gonna look it
you
up.
can't even think of that. Would it be like forwardly inward and forwardly outward, forwardly down and inward and outward of that.
Apparently, there. 26 dimensions.
26.
That is a lot. That is a lot of them. 100.
100. What?
2,000. Um, let's see.
Oh, that's in bosonic string theory.
Yeah,
I have
which,
it. I have a degree in
yeah, for sure, dude. For sure.
that. Yeah. As a high school student.
Mathemat. Oh,
Oh.
wow. This is painful. I think the Tesseract is like the limit of my mental capacity to understand dimensions.
I agree.
Because here we have all that. Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't like that. I don't
Oh,
like that at all.
that's just a mind. Uh,
Makes me want to puke. Like, for real. I know I said that already, but again, it makes me want to puke.
that's just a mind loving.
So, according to
Trying to keep it.
this, it's line segment, square, cube, four cube, which is also known as a tesseract. 5 cube is a pentaract. 6 cube is a hexaract. 7 cube is a heptaract. 8 cube is an octaract, and it just keeps going
Wait, an oct. Let me look at that octaract.
it's literally it starts to become a circle after a while, like a dectaract.
Oh god.
Dectaract is literally just a circle, and there's so many points that it looks like an Indian carpet design. And that's not a joke. Like if you look up a picture of it, it literally looks like an Indian carpet design, like something you'd see in India.
It really does.
It's pretty, but it's you no longer can see like an actual. You can't even tell that it's part of being a cube. Like you would think it's part of being a circle.
Yeah. I don't know. That's just absurd.
Yeah, every other shape is pretty simple. Tesseract is simple enough. Globe is simple enough. Simple. I mean, like, I can't hold it. It's not too hard to. What was
Yeah, I feel like I don't think you can pursue two dimensions out. Like, actually, because we can try real hard. Somewhat imagine a four-dimensional object. Once you get past that, that it's all. So maybe like a four-dimensional. You could try and imagine a five-dimensional object.
I can't. It's too much layering. 'Cause you got to figure out, like with the visual descriptions that they show when you look up the 5D shapes of the pentaract, I think it was called. It just without the color coordination of something like the sphere, the globe, where you can see where the back is and where the front is by the shading and the way that the colors fade into each other. It's all a bunch of lines. Like I don't know if you're looking at the same picture of the diagram. Um, of, I'll just send it in the group chat just in case. Because we probably are looking at the same one, but just in case, I posted it. Like I can wrap my head around the 4 dimensional cube, Tesseract. But then like the 5-dimensional one, I get like a headache trying to figure out where the cubes are because it's just not
Right.
as easy to spot. Or
Yeah,
ugh.
I definitely understand what you're saying.
I mean, if I look really hard, I can spot one or two. It's cube.
Oh,
Yeah, no, that's gross. But
okay. I can see it. I can see it in the fourth,
yeah, because I
but
mean
in the
it's simple
fifth,
enough. Because just cube.
oh,
Yeah.
I can spot maybe one,
I mean, you have to look
and
really
then
hard and like
you have to.
stare into the
Uh,
thing.
but then in the sixth, not a chance.
I mean,
In the eighth,
yeah, no, I can't see anything in the eighth. The eighth just, I mean, not only is the picture too tiny, but also it's, there's too much going on. The colors are starting to fade into each other. I mean, it doesn't
yeah,
start to
and
look
then
like an Indian, uh, bro, accidentally laughed.
oh,
No, you're good. It doesn't start to look like an Indian carpet until the eighth one, and then the 10th one, and so I imagine the 20th one is literally just an Indian carpet. Like, no joke.
there's some of the points in it. It's just,
It's a lot.
and that's just spatial dimensions. We haven't even thought about like if there's like a higher time dimension to where you can move like forwards. Oh gosh, okay. So we right now we're experiencing one-dimensional time. We're not like
right, because it's
we
only
can
going
only
forward.
yeah okay. And so two-dimensional time would be like oh gosh.
Wait, would it really
So we're
be considered one-dimensional time? Because if you think about it, one dimension is fourth. So,
that's what I'm saying. So it'd be like half-dimensional. If that's
is that a thing?
I don't know.
Okay, so I looked it up, and the fourth dimension is classified as time.
I
Or it's not
see. I think
classified per
there's
se, but like it when you get beyond the physical part, it's like not everything moves differently.
right. See, I think there's like no. Would you say there's a difference between spatial and like time dimensions?
I mean,
Or no? Are they both
spatial dimensions, like a time dimension, is like the location in time. So
right?
I think in order for you to be able to, you'd have to be able to time travel essentially in the same spot. Like so if
Okay,
you're
I
standing somewhere, let's say you're standing on top of the Empire State Building, you have to be able to
right.
stand in that same spot exactly where you are, and in order for you to technically move along the time uh, dimension, you'd have to be there when it was first constructed, when later on when it's constructed, or whatever happens to the Empire State Building.
Right.
And
Okay, so like,
yeah,
so I can, so to think about it like Minecraft or not, no, not Minecraft, but like, well, yeah, like you think about Minecraft coordinates, right? So you walk forward, your, say your X coordinates move, right?
mm,
And then you turn to the right and walk forward. Your X coordinates stay the same, but your Y coordinates start moving.
right,
And so, okay, you like, they're in creative mode, you stop there, and then you start flying, and then your Z coordinates start moving, but your X and Y stay the same. So like, if the fourth dimension is time, then so time travel in the fourth dimension would just be travel, because you would stop your XYZ coordinate and just start moving along time.
Which would mean that
Maybe.
the years, or technically, would it be the years or the minutes? Because I feel like, well, first off, I feel like milliseconds is too small of a measurement to not have some insanely long number to measure like a million years or something. And I mean, even a
Right.
thousand years in milliseconds is insane. Well, a thousand years milliseconds. Oh
Well,
no,
even like one day in milliseconds is crazy.
it's true.
Well,
No, it's
well,
very crazy.
yeah,
It's like I think
yeah,
it's either 20,000 or 100,000 something.
is what it's. Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. Actually, we're gonna figure this out right now because it's gonna bother me if I don't figure it out. Okay. So, according to Calculadora, um, what is,
Oh, la. I think you mean la calculadora.
I do mean La Calculadora. Lo siento.
Come on now,
Uh,
bro.
okay.
This guy, bro, just mixing up his feminine and masculine adjective. Or come
Exactly.
on, dude.
Okay. So there are 100 milliseconds in a second. There are 60 seconds in a minute, so now we're at 6,000 milliseconds already, and I haven't even gotten to the hours. Um, and then multiply 6,000 by 60 minutes in an hour, so now we're at 360,000 milliseconds in an hour.
Good day.
And then multiply that by 24, so we've got a casual 8,640,000
That's in one day.
in one day. So let's multiply that
And
by 365.
365.
We
Oh
have
gosh.
3,153,600,000. That's in 1 year.
That's a few.
Just a
That's
couple.
a little bit.
Yeah, just a tad. So,
So
and then the amount
think
of
about
actual
this.
seconds in a year. This is not a leap year. This is an average year. The amount of seconds in an average year are let's see, 31 million or 31 billion. Sorry. No. Oh, I'm so sorry. I made a. Wait. No, I can't read. Okay, never mind. Yeah. 31 million. 536,000 seconds in a year. And then after that, it's a whole bunch of removing sixes and 24s and such. But yeah, that's a. I feel like in order to measure your location on the timeline, the best choice would either be hours or not hours, like years or days. And even days is kind of expensive. I mean,
Right. But what if they?
365 isn't a whole lot.
But what if they have like different measurements of the time plane? So you know how we have rulers. You have like one ruler is like, what, a foot, and then you have inches. So what if they have like time rulers? So it's like a ruler of 1 minute, and then it's divided up into seconds.
I mean, on top of that, time is
That's crazy.
relative. So I feel like it'd be like
Oh,
saying like kilograms and pounds.
yeah.
That it just ultimately depends on like, what place you're in. I think.
So, yeah. So time travel in the fourth dimension would simply be travel.
Yeah, it wouldn't be like true.
So hypothetically, okay, this is saying that the fourth dimension is time. So would the fifth dimension be like dimension is time? It'd be like left and right in time?
I mean, you can still move. So, or like in the time dimension, like you're not required to stay still. It's just the in order for us to
Oh,
understand the time dimension, you would have to stay still in order for it to actually mean anything. Because you being going forward and backward in time doesn't actually change your location. It just changes your
right.
period of wherever you are.
So what is the fifth dimension? Like, what is it defined as? Is it?
I think I think the fifth dimension because gravity is part of time. So gravity is already under the fourth dimension's wing. So I think it might space.
Well, it couldn't be space because space is just
No, but I think
space is
it's
part of.
like I think it's the lack of or like the expansion of the person. Like
Oh,
if time is staying in one spot, then space or it's some the whatever the fifth dimension would have to be expansive or go outward. Otherwise, it would just. I mean, there's not really any other direction to go. End of part 2. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Have a good week.